Hello, everybody, and welcome to another daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Live from the car, as per usual. Yes, we are tinny in the lug holes. Don't you worry about that. I've been doing a lot of research today to do with new microphones, new earpieces to try and break some of this out. I think what doesn't help as well is that we're broadcasting to more than one place now on Facebook and over here as well on YouTube. So it's work in progress. Mind you, when I look at StreamYard and look at their recommendations for earpieces and microphones and stuff, some of the stuff comes in at like $800 or something ridiculous. They can fuck right off. I will find cheaper alternatives. Anyway, first thing I want to do is just say hello to a few people in the chat, and then we'll crack on with proceedings and see how we get on. Let's go through, shall we? I jumped on earlier before I come out to the car to get set up just to see who was about. And I see plenty of you had jumped into the chat fairly early on and you were waiting for me, which I always appreciate very much so. Let me see. Hello, Alan Pate. Good to see you. One of our regulars and channel members. Hello, Blood Nose. Hello, Bridget. I see Factual Breakdowns here as well. Good to see you. Keith James. Tanner Family Memories. Andy the Cabby made a comment. Oh, there you go. Mr. Bojangles. I love that name. That reminds me of the old song. Sinatra, wasn't it? I think. Mr. Bojangles. Oh, I don't bloody know. Phil Hazelgrove. Hello to you, fellow Cabby. Excellent. You're all here. And my screen is flying away as usual. I like coming out at about 8 o'clock if I can. Because now the lights, the nights are getting a little bit lighter. It's all good, and we get a little bit more daylight to it. Hello, Chrissy Williams. Good to see you, and I hope you're all right. Keeping an eye on those dinghy divers who are apparently not coming into the Kent coastline and actually are. William Coakley Hill, hello to you. Live from Newmarket, you're telling us. So that's great. Hi, Julie Baldwin. Good to see you. Who else we got here? Dave, hello. Good to see you. Always raining in Wales. Well, that may be so. At least no, I won't. I don't want to get done. Hello, Andy. Blood Nose says that's great. Yes, Factual Breakdown makes a comment. She's been with me since the Gabby Cabby was even a thing, and that's wonderful. There's lots of you that fit that category, definitely. Hello, M. Perry. Is that Sivan Gertikin? I know who you are, but hello to you. If you're on the live stream with any more of your family, hello to the rest of you as well. Refster. Oh, come on, Chrissy Williams. Anyone would think I'm a potty mouth with things like that? Hello, Lorna Mackenzie. Good to see you, another regular. Loads of you in there. And if I miss anybody, then I do apologise. Hello, Adam. See you on there as well. Hope you're all right today. I want to make a shout out to all the channel members. I see several of you in there. You'll see people in the chat with a little circular symbol next to their name. They're the channel members. They chuck £1 a month in the old Gabby Cabby pot. Just to keep me sane and keep my Coke habit up and running, and the occasional Red Bull habit as well, or whatever else I decide to drink. I'm Sivan Gertkin's switched account, Civi's World. Okay, yes, the Gertkin family are all like known to me and my family. We're friends basically in the neighbourhood, so it's good to see local people in here. Hello, Zena. Yes, as you may notice by the title of the live stream and the general good mood I appear to be in, we have done it. We've hit 30,000 subscribers. Whee! I kind of dropped a bit over 3 or 4 weeks. I started losing them. And the reason was, it's purely because there was no content. I was laying in my kind of kung flu bed kind of thing, and it was all going a little bit wrong. But I started putting the content out again, started going da 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 da, and here I am, 30,000 subscribers. And I noticed when I checked the count, because in the background I only see, I see the exact number. And here in the public area where you are, you just see it like rounded up, and I'm actually near 30,100 subscribers to be precise. So I'm really, really pleased about that. A couple of other people come in. Who we got here? Daffy Blue Stripes. Thank you very much, your kind words. Patricia Shaw, Lake Lizard, Diane Powell, and hello, Fuzzy Doxy, one of the regular viewers of Police Off the Cuff there as well. I appreciate all the cross-contamination, as Bill Cannon put it. No, not contamination, pollination, cross-pollination, as Bill Cannon would call it over there. And it's all wonderful stuff. Yes, of course, a year ago, nobody knew who I was. Absolutely nobody. I was just this taxi driver called Andy. Well, it's getting on 2 years ago now, I suppose, whose business fell on its arse overnight because of Boris Johnson and all that shenanigans. So, what happened? I got a lucky break, didn't I? It went up and up and up and up. And I've just, yes, thank you, factual breakdown. I corrected myself. I see you did there as well. Cross-contamination. Well, it could be, couldn't it? Yes, I got a lucky break, and I've continued to grow and grow and grow and grow. And I've just been myself. I can't be anything more than that. And all I do, just bring you news stories every day, my point of view, and see how we go. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I've got all of you to thank for that. All of you, your support that you give me every day, very, very much appreciated. And I look forward to you sticking around, and, more coming in from here, there, and everywhere. Hello, Christine. There's another one of my favourite people. Hope you're all right. I don't know if she'll actually come into the chat today, but Jodie Pitt, one of our regular subscribers, has been sending in loads and loads and loads of her pencil drawings. Very, very, very talented. So I said to her, I've been meaning to do it for ages. I will put something online for her, and I did. So I hope you're had a look at that video earlier. Certainly very talented drawer. Bridget, we know what you meant, Andy. Yes, cross-contamination or pollination. I should come up with a new word, shouldn't I? Where was that comment you made earlier? Let's see if we can share a bit of the love. Let me find this. Yes, there we go. Bridget, BCTV, a different videographer with opinions. 50 subscribers would be nice. Bridget is trying to build her channel up. You can find her on YouTube, exactly as is read there. And if you can, nip over there and see if we can get her up near 50 subscribers. Give her a little boost, and we'll see how we get on. All right. And anybody else that's got a YouTube channel as well, let me know. And if I can give you a shout out, I will. Well, what have we got in the news today? Well, that Neil Parish, that MP, that naughty MP, has been caught in Parliament looking up information about tractors on his phone while he was in a parliamentary mass debate. Or was it tractors? I never knew naughty things could be associated with tractors, and they'd all be going, stand down, and it looks like he has. But I find that whole thing very disturbing, to be honest with you, because we vote them in Parliament not to read up about tractors while they're supposed to be debating things in our best interests, and they certainly shouldn't be looking up things in a mass debate either. All in all, very wrong. Okay, the man's wife is sticking up for him apparently and everything else, but it's not the done thing. As soon as the press gets hold of it, a bit like other people that I won't care to mention here, you get a very basic instinct that something isn't quite right and it needs clearing out. Well, at least the guy's done it and left. It'll be interesting to see what happens now in a any potential by-election, maybe. I've not seen any talk of that being called either. Anyway, folks, welcome. This is the daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby in his car. Special day today, 30,000 subscribers, and I'm very, very pleased. And I've got all of you guys to thank for that. Don't forget, if you haven't done so already and you've literally just joined us, give us a thumbs up. Don't give us 2 thumbs up, as pleasurable as that might be. You give us 1 thumbs up, because if you hit it again, you'll switch the damn thing off and we'll be back to square one. And also, please subscribe to the channel as well. If you haven't done so already, let's get that momentum going and going and going. And also, just to point out as well, where are we? You can find us on all the regular social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Getter. Got our own website, andythegabbycabby.com. We're having a little bit of a tinkle with. And I've got a merch shop, and I'm on Patreon and a couple of other places as well. All the links are all in the descriptions, and you can find them there. Thank you very much. You know, the holiday industry is absolutely taking off right now. It really is. Literally, I feel that the demand for holidays now is more than it was in 2019. I think that the whole approach to the holiday industry is, we're free. I want to go on holiday. Yeah, let's go. And you've got all these deals flying around everywhere. There's, you know, all inclusive here, cheap cruises there. And, you know, we hear all this stuff in the press about British Airways and others faffing around with the flights, but never you mind. I found this story earlier. Where are we? Yes, there's a guy that's gone abroad on an all-inclusive trip to Mallorca, and he's pissed off. He has the hump. And I shall bring you news of that now. Let's see, shall we? Brit abroad, angry. He's only allowed 6 drinks a day on an all-inclusive trip to Mallorca. Yes, he can't get pissed on the cheap. Oh dear, oh my. Have you ever woken up with a hangover in Mallorca? This is the gentleman right here. You can see he's sitting there with a drink in his hand, looking all cheerful with the all-inclusive sunshine and the palm trees in the back, and you wonder what's actually going on with him. But let's have a look at the rest of the story, shall we? A British man has slammed a new 6 drinks a day rule in Spain. I suppose you can only do that 6 times a day. The new law means people on all-inclusive holidays are confined to just 3 alcoholic beverages with lunch. That's no good. You want to be 6 parts pissed by 2 o'clock, followed by another 3 with dinner. Tourists have to pay more in order to get around the controversial rule. Money talks, doesn't it? Jason Walker, 42 years old, he's a youngster like me, recently took an all-inclusive trip to Mallorca to celebrate his cousin's birthday. I suppose if it's a celebration, you want alcohol, you want lots of it, and don't want to have to pay for any more than you have to, hence the all-inclusive. I bet that was a shock when he was told he could only have 6 drinks a day. But he was left angry and upset by a cap on his drinking. I bet he likes a snifter, doesn't he, like the rest of us? He had splashed out 240 quid for a 3-night trip with travel company Love Holiday. Yes, I've heard of them, expecting as much food and booze as he desired. But instead, a security officer informed the shop Brit there would be limits on his free alcohol consumption. In the holiday company's defence, I thought this was a hard and fast thing with all-inclusive anyway. I thought you could eat and drink as much as you liked, soft drinks. I didn't realise it was all. I thought you had to pay for that with a separate package. Maybe I'm missing something. And maybe he did too, who knows? Jason said, we only found out when we checked in and only budgeted so much because we thought all the food and drink would be covered. We were very upset and angry. I bet you were. We're coming on a family of 8 to celebrate my cousin's 40th. And while we have still had a good time, we've incurred extra cost as a result. The rule has been in place since January. and it's been catching many Brits off guard. I think people need to look into this a bit more, don't they? It's affecting various resorts across the Balearic Islands, including Palma, Ibiza, and Magaluf. The crackdown on booze is part of a package of measures aimed to crack down on antisocial behaviour in Spain. I can't get the whole antisocial behaviour thing because, you know, in other countries, particularly the Canary Islands and that sort of thing, they're more of a militia-based police force. Years ago, probably 20 years ago, I nearly got arrested for nicking all the light bulbs off of the front of a drag club because my friends had had an argument with them. I went back at closing time and tried to steal all their lights. Oh boy, I nearly got in trouble, didn't I? I certainly ran so fast my feet didn't touch the ground. Jason from Blackburn in Lancashire added, I understand they're trying to stem alcohol abuse and rowdy behaviour, but I think this has been done very sneakily. I was not aware of it and didn't know about the law. Probably in the small print that nobody reads, to be fair. We're also here as a family, and all-inclusive is great for families as you don't have to worry about budgeting for food and drink. He also believes that holidays where a 3-drink per meal rule is in place are being mislabelled and shouldn't be branded as all-inclusive. Well, no, they shouldn't. I agree with him. It's not all-inclusive. Hello, John Kent. Good to see you. Holiday makers writing on social media have reacted furiously to the new laws, which many feel have not been widely publicised. A spokesman for the ABTA Travel Association said the rules have the potential to cause confusion among holiday makers. In my own experience, all they're worried about is packing their stuff and getting on the fucking plane and going on, you know, suntan and all the rest of it. Sometimes they forget the finer details, like what time their flight's coming back home, so the taxi driver like me can come and get them home and stuff like that. It's not a thing really that's new. It happens a lot. Travel operator Thomas Cook recently alerted their customers to the crackdown on free booze through an email. Love Holidays, which sold the all-inclusive holiday to Jason, told Metro, we were sorry to hear that the customer was disappointed. We appreciate any and all feedback from our customers and constantly review our processes to offer our customers the best experience possible. Unfortunately, on this occasion, the customer did not get in touch to raise the issue. As such, we have not had the opportunity to address the query with the customer. Yes, so it looks like he's just gone straight to the press. So we'll see if there's more to that one than meets the eye. But it's a case of dotting the I's and crossing the T's, isn't it? And making sure you know exactly what you're in for. This happens all the time in my experience. Something gets missed somewhere. Either there's a cock up with the holiday company, you don't realise you haven't got something when you assume you have, or something changes somewhere. There's probably fault on both sides with it. And I'm sure it'll be sorted out. Anyway, folks, let's go back to the chat just for a minute and see who else we've got and see if any more hellos are in order. Hello, Zena W. Good to see you. The Gabby Cabby, it was the Spanish government ordered 6 drinks rules only bought in. Okay, thank you very much for that clarification. Appreciate that. Went down there and waited for it, Zena. Sounds idyllic. You're right, Edgar Lee. You're not too late. Well, we've been here about 20 minutes, but you're fine. That's no problem. Hello, Dave. Neat's good to see you. Had to clear the infection before they can treat the tooth. You got tooth trouble as well, Neat. Let me know. Hope you're all right, and hope it's not a string round the tooth and attached to the door and out you go kind of thing. Kim Alliston, hello there. Sounds perfect factual breakdown. How did Shannon get on with the job? Okay, a little bit of small talk there between the subscribers. So I appreciate that. Monica Ingram, hello. Good to see you coming in live on Facebook there. We are, of course, broadcasting to that as well. So it's all good. Stink Pooter, hello to you. Yeah, okay, I think I've called up. Oh, and hello, Michael May. 6 bottles of vodka and a packet of crisps. Well, that would get round it, wouldn't it? That's 6 drinks. They don't specify the measures; they just specify the numbers. I think that's a very good point. Anna Perkins, hello to you. Well, hope you're all right. And Gary Moores as well, and Kevin Macy. All good to see all of you in the chat. Pissed off for not being pissed up, Kevin Macy says. Yes, I think that's a very apt description of our friend there who fell foul of the all-inclusivity or lack thereof. This is the daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby, folks. It's really good to see you on the day that we've reached 30,000 subscribers, and really appreciate all your support, your kindness, and your feedback and everything else. And yeah, it's wonderful. Long may it continue. If you haven't done so already, can you please hit the like button for me on the live stream? The old thumbs up. Just give it the one thumbs up. I don't want 2 thumbs up because the first one will cancel out the second one or something like that. Anyway, if you haven't done so already as well, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're growing really, really quick now. I'm so pleased. I can't believe how much the traction has kind of accelerated, kind of thing. And it's wonderful. And let's keep it going. As I say, I appreciate everybody here. Also, if the button works, there we go. Please give us a like or subscribe or whatever on our other social media channels. You can find all of those in the description, either there or there or there, wherever the hell it is, depending on what device you're looking at me on. We've started broadcasting on Facebook as well. I do have the ability to broadcast to other places, but I just want to keep it to Facebook and YouTube because I don't want to overstretch things too far. I do worry about the signal quality, i.e. the more places you broadcast to, is it the weaker it will get? I don't know. The other thing I want to try as well, I'm just roughly out of range of my house's Wi-Fi. I'm actually on the mobile internet outside, so I want to try and get a bit closer one day and see if that makes a difference. It may do, it may not, but we can but try. Anyway, let's get back to it. Media. Mainstream media are really pissing me off. And I'll tell you for why. It's all the sleight of hand, all the distraction, and all the bullshittery that's coming across. I get the very distinct feeling that they're flooding the airwaves with distractions and other matters like tractor reading politicians within Parliament. What else have we got? Partygate. The old business with, Angela Rayner was at that Keir Starmer piss up after all. You know, it's all flooding in. And the one thing that we've got at the moment, more than anything else, is what's going on in Ukraine. I am getting to the point where I am sick of seeing it. I don't want to go too far down this route because I know YouTube will make a big song and dance about it with YouTubers that do go a little bit down the garden path, but I think it does need addressing. Now, one thing I've noticed, no matter what news outlet you look at, it doesn't matter whether it's a lefty one, a right-leaning one, or somewhere in the middle. They're all doing the same thing, singing the same song. They're trying to scare the fuck out of us, and I've had enough of it. Please stop it. You're not impressing anybody. The main thing that gets mentioned a lot is the N word, not as in racially motivated. I mean, as in something that goes, and it seems to be all over the damn place. Hello, James Carney. Good to see you in the chat. As a new face there popped up this evening. Just wanted to say hello to you. I know you're not a new face, but first time I've spotted you this evening. I mean, I've got this article here to do with Vladimir Putin, and I'll read it to you. And you'll see where I'm going with this. They're just trying to scare us all the time. We have to gain a bit of perspective over what's going on. I mean, the headline, Putin set to declare all-out war on Ukraine within days as payback for losses. I mean, Russia have this military Victory Day. I think it's May the 9th, which they've celebrated every single year since the end of World War II, if I've got my history correct. And there seems to be a tie-in with that. But listen to this. Vladimir Putin is poised to declare all-out war on Ukraine within days as revenge for humiliating military losses, Russian sources and Western officials fear. We know there is already a war going on in Ukraine, which has resulted in tens of thousands of deaths and the slaughter of innocent civilians. But all this time, Moscow has banned its media from using the term war and has insisted it's a special military operation to demilitarize, denazify Ukraine, which was the original thing in the first place. This would enable mass mobilization of the population, meaning reservists would be called up, conscripts would be kept beyond their one-year term. Putin would also be able to declare martial law, which would allow the closing of Russia's borders and nationalization of large chunks of the economy. So in other words, putting the damn place on a war footing. Ex-NATO chief Richard Sheriff has warned the West must gear itself up for a worst-case scenario with Russia. I mean, people will read that. They'll start stocking 6 months of baked beans in the bloody cupboard. You know, it's scaremongery. The worst case is war with Russia. By gearing itself up for the worst case, it's most likely to deter Putin, because ultimately Putin respects strength, which is something we should, throw that way. A Russian military source told the Telegraph that top brass are outraged that the blitz on Kiev has failed. Or, well, Kiev, however you want to say it. People in the army are seeking payback for failures of the past, and they want to go further in Ukraine. UK Defence Secretary Ben Wallace has said Putin could use Russia's Victory Day parade on May the 9th, that's what I mentioned earlier, to announce mass mobilisation of troops to its neighbour. He is probably going to declare that we are now at war with the world's Nazis and we need to mass mobilise the Russian people, he added. Some analysts have suggested Putin wanted to be in a position where he could declare some sort of victory on May the 9th, marking Germany's defeat in World War II. But this is looking increasingly unlikely, which is why some officials fear the tyrant could step things up. In late March, Putin's forces began withdrawing from the Kiev area after failing to take the capital. They left behind horrifying evidence of war crimes as hundreds of corpses lined the streets, and there was mass evidence of mass graves in surrounding towns. Russia said it was withdrawing to focus its efforts on the south and east of the country and to liberate the Donbass region held by pro-Moscow militia. But still, it's been launching airstrikes on Kiev. Earlier this week, he made threats to use nukes after Russia announced plans to deploy the staggeringly powerful Satan II missile by autumn. Now, I'm reading stuff, one hit in this country, we're all fucked. But who knows? But insisting Britain doesn't feel rattled, Wallace told LBC, we're part of a NATO partnership of 30 nations who outnumber him, and have potentially all the capabilities at our disposal. I don't fear him, and I think we should be very grateful this country has a nuclear deterrent. Now, there's a submarine somewhere, right as we speak, in an ocean, and on that submarine there's a safe. And in that safe, there's a piece of paper which Boris would have compiled, giving his written instruction as to what would happen in that event. And there are several options available to him. But in short, if anything attacked this country, Russia's toast. It's mutually assured destruction. That was the whole idea. MAD. That's why it was called it. MAD. Nobody wins. Nobody wins. But the point of the matter is, I personally don't fear it so much, because what can we do? I just see it as they're trying to rattle us, they're trying to scare us all the time. I don't know what you guys think about this. It's just the biggest distraction of all. We're all going to be blown to smithereens. Even my own mother was talking about clearing out the contents of her understairs cupboard to go under there. It's a bit like the Blitz all over again, the phony war. You remember that at the start? It's it's going to scare a lot of people, particularly those that aren't awakened to what's going on. Really, I mean, I'm going to go through the comments now and have a look and see if anybody's come up with anything about it, and see what your opinions are. We see it. So it's not no one. I've done that thing again with my screen where I've made it go stupid, but I assume everybody can see me. I have more than a 6-month supply of dry food for the dog too. That's factual breakdown. Jabby Dodger and proud. Like it, Alan Edge, Jabby Dodger. I don't think I've heard that one. It's all as mad as a box of frogs. Mutually assured destruction. Exactly. Putin is scared. Only a scared man makes threats every day, and also Trident can pop up on a Russian doorstep. So Russia would have 300 nukes flying their way. Putin needs to zip it. That's right, he does. I mean, I had a chat with my dad the other day, and I said I never thought in my lifetime we would be having conversations like this. And, we actively spoke about it and, the possibilities of what could happen. Yes, Hannah, I'm a rover and you have to Cabby to go. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll get some light in here because it's starting to fade again, but I have to do a bit of shut that door first. Whee! Here we go. And while I'm sorting the light out, folks, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button on the live stream, unless you haven't done so already, that'd be wonderful. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Let's get them up. I know we're over 100 already, which is wonderful. And I look forward to a few more. See what else. Never jabber. Well prepared. Yeah, there's an element of something in there. I mean, I said to my family, in the unlikely event that it was to happen, this is what you need to do to try at least increase your chances of survival, or at least survival of any initial preemptation on the behalf of them. And the chances are we wouldn't be together. We'd be apart doing our things. I'd be at an airport. You'd be down the shops. The kids would be at school. But this is what you need to attempt to do to try and save yourself. And, people will be having that conversation everywhere. It's crazy. And we shouldn't have to think like that in this day and age. Do you watch Dan? Who's that? Dan Shikar and his wife. They're in Russia, and from what they're showing, their daily life seems as normal as ours, Andy. Give him a watch, see for yourself. One good channel. Yeah, you make a valid point there, Bridget. It's as I was saying, it's all narrative, isn't it? All narrative, what we're supposed to believe, what we're supposed to see and think. US has been a dumpster since Biden. Yeah, and he wants to run again. Did you see that video that I put up, Fuzzy Doxy, the other day with, I think I entitled it, I Give You the President of the United States. And he couldn't read an auto cue again. It's like me reading your sentence now. The UN has been since, yeah, it's scary that somebody like that is in the position they are in. What's it? Acetaminophen, also known as paracetamol. I have a good 6-month supply in my pantry. Factual. Yes, Lorna McKenzie. I did see that on the news earlier, to undergo surgery soon. Again, that's media scaremongery, where they're gonna, he's turning the reins over to some hardlined mad person in the Kremlin while he's under the knife. That's, another let's scare everybody tactic. It's nuts. A new character. Could be right, Gary, about that. Mick Hardstaff, pure blood here. Yes, there's lots of pure bloods in the chat, isn't there? That's Look for the pain pills. Evening. Hello, Tidy Treasure Hunter. I hope you're good. Welcome to the chat. Stop the expansion of NATO. That's a very good point as well, Alan Edge. We know what the original purpose of NATO was for. We know what the original purpose of the UN was for. And one thing that makes the Russians nervous, we're here, Russia's here, and we're going that way. And he said, stop. That's one of the red lines, isn't it? I keep hearing Putin will vanish soon and hand power to his deputy, as he's got to have a cancer op. Yes, that was in the news earlier on, most definitely. Let's hide that current comment. Me too. We need to put the resident inject on permanent eject. I love that factual breakdown. In other words, put him straight in a nursing home. Michael K, toilet rolls. Yeah, it was pasta and toilet rolls, wasn't it, in the pandemic? That seemed to be the thing that was the order of the day. I remember now. Beautiful. Yeah, so a mixed bag of comments. I had to laugh as well, going back to the media again today. It was old Nagaman. I want to say Nagaman Chetty because that's her name, but I keep invoking a bit of Belfield and end up saying Nagaman Shushi because any time I've ever heard her described, it's always been Nagaman Shushi. Well, she made a bit of a blunder today, didn't she? And I put a copy of the tweet on my Twitter, which you can go and have a look. But she made a bit of a blunder. We all know Boris Becker, the obviously former Wimbledon champion, has ended up in jail for being a bit of a naughty boy with the old pound notes or the Deutschmarks or, whatever currency you care to mention. He's got debt he needs to pay. He's not done it, and he's hidden all assets to show he could do it. Hello, Kirky Bailey. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And he's ended up in jail. But according to the BBC, it's not Boris Becker at all. It's Boris Johnson. And a bit of a cock-up. Get a load of this. You probably know about it already, but it did make me smile. Nagaman Shetty accidentally tells BBC viewers Boris Johnson just spent his first night in prison after confusing him for Boris Becker. Oh dear, oh dear. Nagaman Shetty, I keep going to say Manshushi, that's somebody else's fault, made a very unfortunate slip-up during Saturday morning's edition of BBC Breakfast, when she confused two very famous men called Boris. Tennis star Boris Becker was jailed on Friday afternoon after hiding £2.5 million worth of assets and loans to avoid paying debts. The 54-year-old six-time Grand Slam champion was found guilty of 4 charges under the Insolvency Act. However, when discussing the news on Saturday morning, BBC Breakfast host Manchetti made quite the blunder by mistaking him for Prime Minister Boris Johnson. A bit of a cock-up, I think, right there. Giving viewers an update on the headlines, the host began, 3 times Wimbledon champion Boris Johnson, I know he played tennis, but come on, has just spent his first night in prison. He was sentenced for 2.5 years for hiding assets to avoid paying debts. I very much doubt that Boris Johnson / Becker is going to serve anywhere near that amount of time, but I might be proved wrong. Her co-host, Ben Thompson, then handed over to sports reporter Mike Bushell to get a bit of background on the situation. Despite the slip-up occurring, in just a few moments of TV, many viewers quickly picked up on a very unfortunate error. Bit of a clusterfuck, that one. One shared on Twitter, what a slip-up, claims Boris Johnson just spent his first night in prison. And there's a load of tweets there about Freudian slips and various other things. It's really quite funny. Was that a Freudian slip from Nagaman Shetty? Boris Johnson spending a night in prison? A viewer added, not help when Naga on BBC Breakfast actually said Boris Johnson rather than Becker, and so on, and so on, and so on. Really very funny. And as I said, nip over to my Twitter and you can actually see that in action. And what actually happened, it's only a few seconds, but it was a slip right off the tongue. She actually knew what she was saying. Oh, Boris Johnson, oh, get out of it. But a bit of a media cock-up, really. And there you go. Lots of media bullshittery today, as per usual, every day. And there's more of it there as well. This is the daily chat with Andy the Cabby, folks. We've got a really good number of people in the chat today. There's 150 on YouTube and another little collection on Facebook, so that's pretty good. It's probably the bank holiday weekend. You've got nothing better to do with your time than come and watch me, and I appreciate that very much. Wonderful to see you all. Don't forget, everybody, if you've not done so already, please give the live stream a like. You can do the old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. That's all very good and great to see everybody, and we'll get those figures up. Also, don't forget, we're on social media all over the place as well. We're currently broadcasting this to Facebook, and you can pop over there, give us a like as well. And we're on Twitter, Instagram, Getter, got our own website and a couple of other places, and all of that can be found as links in the description over there, up there, or down there, whatever. So that's wonderful. And again, thank you for all of your support. Now, I'm going to go and try and interact with a few of you now and see what you've all got to say. Easy Tiger, Twatter, yes, that's pretty much the size of it. Thank you, Daphne Lynch, for your kind comment there about me reaching 30,000. Putin needs to do nothing to invade this country. Kirky Bailey, probably launch a load of stuff. Oh, hang on, where are we? Shut that door. Bang. Right, we're getting near that stage again. Have to go on Night Watch. That's Lucinda. Factual breakdown agreed. More likes, please. 166 watching, 139. Well, that's not bad, Alan. That's not bad. I'm busy in my kitchen. That's Vesper Q. I hope you got me on the telly. Christine Ayres, feel sorry for me. I'm working to midnight on Monday. No rest for the wicked. Well, let's spare a thought for Christine Ayres working until midnight, and I hope you get through it all right. You'd make a good taxi driver with hours like that, I tell you. I think it was deliberate. Newsreaders are out of country. Yeah, possibly Lorna McKenzie, possibly. It just seemed like it rolled off the tongue a bit too easily with no correction, didn't it? Have you noticed how many ads there is on TV for kids' prepaid cards? They want to take our cash away, stroke control. Yeah, Chrissy Williams, this is a thing that I've seen. They've got these things where you can give your kid a debit card and load their pocket money onto it, and they sell it by the thing. You can control what they do and what they spend, but is it getting everybody into the system whereby we don't pay things with cash anymore, and training these young minds that, you know, everything's going to be plastic? I very much get the impression, and I am trying to resist it as much as I can, because at the end of the day, cash is still king in my house. I'm an old-fashioned cab driver, and that will never change. Putin only needs dinghy to invade this country. That's right. He wouldn't get stopped. And apparently they're still coming, despite what we're being told in the press. Honesty and truth, laughing at Martin Smith. I must have missed something there. You'll be able to hear the cheering right across the pond. Actual breakdown. You're not talking about that nice Sleepy Joe again, are you? They could not dictate Gabby's Cena. Parliament's using Ukraine as a convenient distraction, and they know they are. What was I saying earlier? You know, things can get hidden under bad news. You know, it's being used to great effect, I think, and we have to be very careful. A Freudian slip is when you say one thing but mean a mother. Like it, Gilly. Stink Pooter, Manchester made a slip up, or did she? No, I don't think she did. I think she knew what she was saying, but you could never prove that. And that's all I'll say, just my opinion. Patricia Shaw, honesty and truth. Feel sorry for them. What else we got here? Christine, Agenda 2030 is the elites have to stay in a bunker for 20,000 years till it's safe. They're going to be frozen underground. Yes, it'd be like an episode in Star Trek, wouldn't it? In about 20,000 years, someone could defrost Boris Johnson. Take one look at him and put him back. Not me, just Santa Claus. Kim Alliston, we will celebrate together. Came out wrong last time. Full Joe needs to go. My daughter says that Mr. B should be in a home, not the White House. How many slips does that man have to make before people realise? I mean, you know, he has notes in his pocket and auto cue, all the help he can get, and still there's all the problems, isn't there? It's terrible, absolutely terrible. How, you know, if you take the whole political theory out of it and everything else, it's an old man past his prime. Shouldn't be there. It'd be called elder abuse under any other term. It really would. Let's see. Evening, Andy, and all in the chat. Cheers, Easy Tiger. Good to see you. Putin will invade Moldova next, and then the Baltic states. Yeah, Lorna McKenzie. I think this is there's a common theme here, isn't there? All previous Soviet countries that form part of that bloc, and we'll have to see if that is correct. Lester Piggott, given 3 years, served a leap year for similar tax fraud. Hang on, one. Bang. Yes, exactly my thing about Boris Johnson. I nearly said it, Boris Becker. Oh, I beg your pardon. He ain't going to serve the full term. No way. He'll be out. I bet he will. This is position again. Move, proof or weakened and wrong. BBC. Yeah, exactly. Totally wrong. And there's this debate about the license fee, isn't there? It needs to go. But that video I did on it yesterday or the day before, a lot of people were saying they'll sneak it under the carpet. There'll be some kind of stealth tax, and they'll still make you pay for it somehow. This is the thing. Let's have a look. Valerie Longmore, you can't blame Putin for protecting his borders. No, you can't. Zero excuse for the atrocities in Ukraine. If they do use nukes, I hope it lands on my head. Life after ain't worth living, a slow death. It's a shame, isn't it, that it's come to that kind of thought and that kind of conclusion. Patricia Shaw, honesty and truth, feels sorry for them. Nagaman Shushi and Carol Fordenaux. Oh, Jesus. Get that out of here. Thank you, Christine. Yes, thank you. Less of that. Just trying to find a comment up here that I saw. Right, like the Red Forest in Ukraine, Russian soldiers flagging in the areas got ill. Yeah. She picked her nose in public once, Andy, Jodie Pitt says. Okay. I think I know who you're referring to when I actually turned around and said that. Pick UK first. It seems the WEF has decided if I don't get their globalist government, then they're going to end the planet. Well, the problem is I learned something a long time ago with the media. If you, I mean, let's put that up there because that's quite poignant. If you get told something enough, if you get told something is truth enough, you start to question it. You know, I mean, in my view, if I get told something again and again and again, I think, why are you trying so hard to convince me of this? Is it really true? Or is there something else going on? And that's with this whole sleight of hand and all, you know, like you've just mentioned there, put UK first. It's, you know, we're questioning too much all of the time. We have too much information available to us all of the time, which enables us to make other decisions because we look outside the media engine that's swallowing us whole. And I don't think they realise the power of what we've got in front of us. And things aren't exactly going to plan, are they? That's what I think. Listen, folks, we're coming up to about 50 minutes. Once again, I just want to reiterate how happy I am with the way the channel's gone over the last few days. I've started putting a lot more work and a lot more effort in and getting some footage out and getting these live streams done properly. I am actively researching at the moment, looking into other earpieces. I can't get the bloody thing right, but I've got these things at the moment. I appreciate it's a little bit tinny at times. Hopefully we will get there. It's just a little bit of tinkering, really. I'm trying to involve a little bit more in these live streams, bring you some other news stories and, generate a little bit more discussion. We can have a chat as well and try and mix things up a little bit. So we can talk about the news, then we can chat, and then we can chat some more, talk about the news, take the piss, or whatever we want to do. It's all wonderful by me. And then I'll try and get 3, maybe 4 bits of footage out on a daily basis. One of the things that I want to do as well is get the odd short clip on there where somebody like Nagaman, Shushy Wushy, fucks it up and calls Boris Becker something else, and put a bit more variety in there. And we're going in the right direction. I mean, the growth in the channel over the last week has been astounding. Just hundreds and hundreds of subscribers have just appeared, and I am so pleased. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and pour myself a very large Jack Daniels. A friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, Dave, bought me a bottle of the Jack Daniels honey variety the other day, which I'm quite partial to. Apparently, there's an apple variety as well, but I'm not sure whether I've worked up to that yet. I might give it a go one day, but that's on my horizon this evening, a few of them. What I would like all you to do, apart from hitting the like button, if you haven't done so already, is get some of your favourite drink and pour yourself one and toast the success of Andy the Gabby Cabby in his YouTube channel. Because without you, there wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this as well as I have been doing it. And you guys really give me the impetus to go on. I can't express that enough. I appreciate you all very, very much indeed. And to go from literally nothing. A couple of years ago, I was just talking to myself. I was doing these videos and I was because I needed an outlet. And I didn't give 2 fucks whether I was talking to somebody or not. I literally just needed to get my rage out to something. And all of a sudden, people started appearing and more and more and more. And it snowballs. It does. And it like any snowball, you roll it in the ground enough, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. No, I see that's the way we're starting to go again. And I will make one guarantee to you: I will not change. I will not become some celebrity twirly. I will just be me, Andy the Gabby Cabby, in his car, in his taxi, talking to you like the man on the street he is, and giving you opinion. So I'm going to go, and once again, thank you everybody for stepping in tonight and coming and joining me. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your Saturday night and enjoy tomorrow as well. I'll be up and about with some more content, another live stream, and I'll see you then. So until then, toodaloo.